Hey, Christian business owners, I'm talking to you. If you're on a mission to grow your business and reach more people, then you're going to need a custom, robust marketing strategy to get there. A strategy like the one we will build together in my 12-week coaching program. Learn more at bit.ly/BeWeirdCoach. Now on to today's show.
Welcome to the Higher Purpose Marketing Strategy Podcast. If you're frustrated by marketing and want to stand out from your competition, this is the show for you. Every week, we're discussing how to build a plan that attracts your best customers and aligns with your values. I'm your host, Ashley Conway, follower of Jesus, CEO of Be Weird Marketing, marketing coach, and copywriter. I promise to defeat the ick, yuck, and struggle bus feelings you may have about marketing with a few good stories and proven advice. So let's have fun and get to work.
So imagine with me, you're at a dinner party. You sit down, you introduce yourself to the woman sitting next to you, and she says, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you came tonight. I was just telling everyone how I just got back from my European vacation. I only fly first class, of course, and my business, I'm absolutely crushing it. I mean, people are practically begging to work with me. Anyway, enough about me. What do you think about me?" I don't know about you, but that's a sure sign it's going to be a long night. And I'm going to be making lots of excuses to go to the restroom, to make a phone call, etc., etc. Now, I mean, as annoying as that would be, that's how customers can feel when they see our marketing. Like we only want to talk about ourselves and what we do. And that's not the impression that we want to give them. That's not the feeling we want them to have about our businesses. To make this more understandable, let's talk about an example. Let's talk about your homepage. The area that is you can see when you visit a page without scrolling, we're going to call above the fold. So at the top of the web page, if I go and I look at 10 web pages of businesses, this is typically what I'm going to see. Either here are the products and services, and here's an offer like a sale or a freebie you can get, something like that. Another option is that it just says, this is what we do. A third option that I see, and a lot of times it's from creatives, is I'm just going to put a photo. What I do, whether it's design, photography, art, creative business owners, they just put a photo up there to speak for what they do. A fourth option is an SEO paragraph. So you can tell that they have a couple of sentences listed there that are packed with SEO keywords. Their location, maybe the type of business they have, you can just tell by reading it. And I see a lot of those things. But that is not what a customer wants to see when they go to your site. What they want to see is, yes, what do you do? What do you provide? Who do you do it for? So they know if it's for them. What action should they take? Only one. And then as soon as you cover that in like your header of the site, immediately start going into what is the result they will get, the transformation they will experience. Help them to imagine how life is going to be different if they work with your business, if they partner with your business and purchase from you. That's the secret sauce. But that's just an example. The point is that you have to view everything you do in marketing from the heart and through the eyes of your customer. Now, I'm going to be honest, that's really hard to do after you have been in business for a while. Even for me, knowing it's something that needs to be done, it can be really tough to do because even though you're interacting with customers or clients every day, what you do just becomes kind of part of who you are. It feels second nature to you. And we forget that 90% of that's second nature to us is brand new to our customers. So what exactly is customer first messaging? There is this, I didn't even know it was a quote. I knew it was a saying that's been around a long time. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that was Teddy Roosevelt, believe it or not. But this same sentiment applies to marketing. Your customers, your potential customers, aren't going to care how great you are, how great your business is, until they know how much you care about them. I'm going to say that again just for the people in the back. Customers don't care how great you are until they know how much you care about them. Because let's be honest, if you just talk about your services and products, all of the features of those products and services, all the great companies you have worked with, the clients you have worked with, how many customers you have served. Let's say that you've been on a bunch of podcasts or you have gotten some kind of recognition in the media or in your community. They're just not going to care unless they know that you care about them more than all of those things I just listed, because no one likes to be sold. No one likes to feel like someone is pushing their product or service on them. It feels, disingenuous maybe is the right word, and it feels icky. But what we do all like, even if we don't admit it out loud, is we like to be cared for. Oh my goodness. Isn't that the story of most of our lives, that everyone just wants to be seen and valued and cared for? And we're Christian business owners. That's how we want to treat our customers. We do treat them like that in person. Once we can have a face-to-face conversation with somebody, that is how we treat them. We care for them. And we should also apply that to our marketing to show, to convey, our customers are not just numbers. They're not just lines on a spreadsheet. We do care for them and want to help them. So, how do we do that practically in our marketing? Number one, promote benefits over features. Whatever you offer, product, service, it's going to have some technical details, right? Like, maybe you're talking about software, or you're talking about stats and data, or you're talking about technical features like how something's made if you're a product business owner. I'm not saying forget those. Those are important things, but a lot of times they are better further in the process. They're better on a sales call or consultation. When you're in person with someone, you can walk them through that kind of thing. But in the beginning, when someone is just learning about you and they're deciding if they want to do business with you, promote the benefits way more than the features. Talk about how your product or service will benefit them. How will it make their life better? How will it solve a problem of theirs? Those are the types of things that you're wanting to speak to way more over individual little bullet point features, right? So that's number one, benefits over features. Number two, pretend that you're new to this, or find somebody who can review your marketing who is able to pretend they're new to this. Like I said, this is such a hard thing to do, especially I've been in marketing for over 20 years. It's very hard for me to pretend that I don't know the things that I know, because that's just like a part of the way my brain operates. So someone in your organization needs to be able to pretend that they're looking at it with fresh eyes. We forget that the things that are second nature to us, that are just in our brains the way we think, is completely new to our customer. They don't understand what we do like we do, right? Find somebody to have fresh eyes to take a look and say, is this understandable? Is this appealing? Is this plain spoken enough for someone who does not know what we know? Number three, this is kind of ties into the last one. Avoid jargon. Customers usually don't speak our language, our industry language. If I got onto here with you and I started talking about cost to convert, click-through rates, some of that you either, maybe you've heard it, but you're not really intimately familiar with it. Maybe you've never heard of it all. That's something that I have to remember when I get on these, is that you don't know all the jargon that I do necessarily about sales funnels and customer journeys. But when we talk about things with marketing strategy and all those steps, that's why I try to take the time to go through those steps of like awareness and consideration and purchasing and do more educating. So we can't jump into our marketing and start using these words that the average person who is not in our industry does not understand. All right, that was number 3. Number 4, use you when you're talking to your audience, not we. This is very common that I see on marketing pieces for businesses to say, we do this, we do that, we offer XYZ, our process is XYZ. So it's very focused on the we point of view, this first person point of view. What you want to do is flip it to a you, which is a second person point of view if you're not an English major. Because what you're wanting to do is say, instead of, let's say that you have a community award that you were like best of in your city. So instead of plastering everywhere and talking in all your messaging about we were best of in 2024 for XYZ, you can still say that, but I would say it in a way that we have helped this many customers, which is why we were chosen. We have improved our customers' lives in this way. We've done this for all of our customers, and that's why we were voted best of whatever in 2024. Like always, even if you want to talk about yourself, lead with how you're helping, how you will help them, what you will transform with them. Okay, so that's number 4. Talk way more from the you, like you're having an actual conversation with someone. And that's 5, in fact. Pretend you are having a conversation with a customer. If a customer walked in your door or came onto your site and they had never heard of you and knew nothing about what you do, that is how you speak to them. What do they need to know? How do you set the right frame of mind for them? And in most cases, you're probably going to have to remind them how this applies to them, right? What is their problem? Honestly, we all have so many problems. We're not running around with all of them in the forefront of our mind. Sometimes people have to remind us, oh yeah, you know how you've been struggling with XYZ, with time management, with your business is taking over your life, your whatever it is. You remind them of that and you explain, I'm here to help. It doesn't have to be that way. I can help and your life will look different in this way. It's just like you're having a conversation with somebody, and use that as a lens to look through all the marketing that you're doing. If you were talking with someone face to face, is this what you would communicate in this way? Number 6, instead of sharing your greatness, all the wonderful things about your company, your team, what you do, share testimonials, before and afters, reviews, case studies, whatever it may be, and let those things share how great your business is. If you have a previous customer sharing a testimonial about how great their experience was, what a difference it made for them, they are tooting your horn, so to speak, instead of you having to do it. If it's a before and after, if it's a review that someone is leaving you on Google and you can share that, those are much stronger cases, number 1, because they're coming from a third party. Number 2, they let your potential customer kind of envision themselves in that circumstance. That's what we do, right? When we see a review, a before and after, we're looking for someone who looks like us, who has a life similar to us, and we want to see what their experience was like. They're able to connect themselves and put themselves in the position of what would it be like as one of your customers. And number 3, instead of you bragging about yourself and looking like you're too focused on your own business, in this scenario, your customer is going to say great things about you so that you don't have to look boastful. So that's number 6. Number 7 is clear over clever. Let's remember, the average U.S. adult reading level now is 8th grade. Let's see, that was 13 for me. So you have to pretend you're communicating to a 13-year-old, whatever it is that you're creating. Any of that messaging needs to be extremely clear and understandable to that, hypothetical 13-year-old than it does to being clever. Because so many times Though, people like me who are copywriters can come up with this really clever messaging, headline, that type of thing. Sometimes it can go over our customer's head. I would say save clever for a Super Bowl commercial if you're doing one of those. But in your regular marketing, in your ads, in your website copy, all of that, always choose clear. There's a place for clever, but they're very special circumstances. Just to review, you're going to promote benefits over features. You're going to pretend you're new to this and take a fresh look at all of your marketing. You're going to 3, avoid jargon, the terms that you call things just because you're super experienced at what you do. Number 4, use you, not we. Talk about your customer rather than talking about we so much. Number 5, pretend you're having a conversation with a customer. You want it to feel that down to earth. You want it to feel that helpful. You want it to have the same tone, and you want to be sure to include the same messaging points that you would if you were just talking with somebody normally. Number 6, instead of sharing your greatness, share testimonials, before and afters, reviews, case studies. Those are called social proof. And number 7, be clear over being clever. Remember that you're communicating in most industries to a 13-year-old reading level, not someone highly educated. So what's your homework for this one? Let's keep it small. Your job is to audit your current marketing, your website, your social, your email, or, have someone outside your organization do it. Just spread everything out, take it bit by bit, and try to look at it with those fresh eyes that we talked about. Pretending that you are new to this, pretending that you don't know what you do, or you can have an outside party to audit it as well. What I'm going to do is show you how this is done. Thursday, April the 10th at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, I'm going to be doing a LinkedIn Live and auditing the homepage of an old site of mine. And you can find out more details and get a reminder about that LinkedIn Live at bit.ly/Ashley Conway LinkedIn, all one word, all lowercase, bit.ly/Ashley Conway LinkedIn. That is all for this week. As always, if you have any questions or you need advice, feel free to DM me on Instagram or LinkedIn. Those links will be in the show notes, and I will see you next week.
Thanks for listening to today's show. For all things podcast, including transcripts, extra resources, and a place to submit questions for the show, visit higherpurposemarketingstrategy.com. I'd also love for you to do me 2 quick favors. 1, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and 2, share this episode with your colleagues. And that's a wrap. Meet you back here next week.